Let's have a look at Sage Partnership Tax, which is a cloud-based solution designed to enable you to fulfill your client's partnership tax obligations. Ideal for accountants needing to submit for less than 10 partnership clients annually, Sage Partnership Tax allows you to quickly and easily generate the SA800 report and submit it directly to the HMRC on behalf of your partnership clients. With the addition of Sage Partnership Tax to the Sage for Accountants portfolio, you can serve more of your client base in one place without the need for multiple disconnected tools. In this demo, we have a partnership client called Sutton Landscaping. So let's start by creating their client record, and then we can add the partnership tax product to their account. We'll add in the company name. Under classification, we'll select partnership as the business type, which will then enable partnership tax when we add the compliance subscription to the next step. And then we'll add in their address information as you would normally. We'll add in the financial year end date, and finally, we'll save the new client record. Now we have the client record set up, let's add Sage Partnership Tax by going to Manage Products, Manage Subscriptions. And you'll see, under the Compliance Tools for Business subscription, we have the new addition of Partnership Tax in the product description. So let's get that added to the client. Once we click on Select Subscription, we can see in the breakdown on the right that this subscription is free for practices with Sage for Accountants. We'll then click to apply these changes, and this has now provisioned the Partnership Tax product to this client, and now the customer is subscribed to the business subscription. They are entitled to the other business subscriptions too, based on their business type. Now let's take a look at Sage Partnership Tax in action. We can launch the app directly from the client record by clicking on the Launch Product button. Alternatively, if we close the record, we can see Partnership Tax listed against the record in the client list, and we can launch it from here by clicking on the product name in the list. Once we land in Partnership Tax, we are presented with the option to create a tax return for 2024-2025 tax year. This is version 1 of Partnership Tax. And in a future update, you'll be able to create a tax return for a specific year. But for now, we'll work with 2024-25 tax year for Sutton Landscaping. We now have 4 key tasks to complete before we can generate the report and submit it to HMRC. First up is the practice details for the client. Here we need to add in our details as we're their bookkeeper. Once we've added in this information, we move on to the second task, adding in the partnership details for this client. It's a simple case of adding in the required data for each field. You can also see that the status of each task will be updated as we work through them, and if we partially complete a task, it will show us that it is in progress, alerting us to the fact that there is missing information that still needs to be entered, helping us avoid making the mistake of generating the report without having all the required information completed. In the next task, we need to enter the information showing the income and expenses for the partnership, so we'll add that into the 2 boxes for turnover and allowable expenses. Then the software will calculate and display the net profit or net loss for this period. So let's go ahead and save that. And then we move on to the final task, which is to provide the information for the partnership statement, adding in the name of each partner and allocating their portion of the net profit. We'll start by adding in the first partner, Michael Sutton, and then add in his address details. We also need to provide the dates he was appointed as a partner, if that was during the current or previous tax years, and the date he ceased to be a partner, if that is applicable. We also need to add in Michael's unique taxpayer reference and his national insurance number, as the HMRC needs these data points to connect the data you are submitting to the individual tax records they hold on record. Once we're happy we have all the correct information entered, we can click Add to save the record and to add the partner to the partnership statement. Next, we'll add in the other partner for Sutton Landscaping, Jackie, and enter her information as we have just done for Michael, entering her address details, the date she was appointed as a partner, and lastly her taxpayer reference and national insurance number. We'll save the record, and now we're back at the partnership statement section with both partners listed. Now we need to enter the amount of the partnership's net profit that has been allocated to each partner. So we simply type in the value, ensuring the profit remaining to allocate figure at the bottom of the screen goes down to 0. Members of a partnership are required to nominate one of the partners who will be responsible for managing the partnership's tax returns and keeping business records. We need to flag this here so it is pulled through on the return when we submit it to HMRC. Jackie is our nominated partner, so we'll check the box against her record, and we've now completed all the information required for the partnership statement. So now we'll save the record and we're back to the main task list view. We can now generate the partnership tax report for the client for 2024-2025 tax year. We just need to click the Generate Report button and we get a pop-up window telling us we have successfully generated the report, and we can get the option to download the report. This will open the report in a new window where we can scroll through the information to ensure that we're happy with the report that has been generated. We can print the report and download the report as a PDF. Before we wrap up this demo, let me show you a quick preview of how the submission will work in Partnership Tax when we go live with the submission module at the beginning of April. As we do with all our Sage products, including the Compliance for Business apps, we ensure the submission of data to HMRC is a simple and straightforward process, and the submission in Sage Partnership Tax is no different. The submission status section will be displayed on the main page, giving you an instant view of whether the return for your client is ready to submit. Before you submit, we'll ask you to declare that you and your client are satisfied with the information you're submitting and it is correct and complete. Then once you have chosen to submit the return, we'll ask you to enter your agent HMRC credentials. And when you continue, we'll give you a final opportunity to confirm you are happy to proceed by choosing the Submit Return button. We'll then show you the submission status, which can be viewed at any time, showing you the date and time accepted. So there's an easy way to check the live status of submission. And finally, once it has gone through, you'll get the submission was successful message, with options to download the report as a PDF and download a submission receipt. And that's an overview of Sage Partnership Tax. Thank you for watching.